you love Aztec football, like I do, you have to love that. I broadcast a lot of games, not back to Aztec Bowl, but here on this field. I could close my eyes and see Marshall Faulk on this field, and the backs that came after him in terms of Larry Ned and George Foster, Lionel Hamilton, and Ronnie Hillman, DJ Pumphrey, and this amazing Rashad Penny. It has become, oh my God. It has become running back you, and it's just a joy to watch. And all those memories that I have and all of you have, and many of you have been here longer than me, all those memories are ours, and they can be taken from this field to a stone's throw away from here to a brand new multi-use stadium. We've talked about this, I don't know how many conversations through the years on road trips and in the press box, all these other stadiums we visited. Oh, if the Aztecs only had their own stadium on campus, wouldn't that be great? Now is the time, and now they have the chance to have their own football stadium, Aztec Stadium. That's right. And I'm glad Sally is here for this, because Sally was a great friend to the athletic department, working here for 19 years as a vice president of business and financial affairs. As I told her this morning, she doesn't grasp the concept of retirement. She retired and then started working again as chief financial officer of the UC system. And then when she was needed to come back to the place she loves, you know that term, Aztec for life, that's her. She came back here. My privilege to introduce the president of the San Diego State University, Sally Roush.
Well, good morning, everyone. I have been involved with athletics at the university for actually the 31 years that I was there before, and now this amazing year. And it's hard to compete with all those outtakes from the great games that we've had, but they give us pride in our university. I want to welcome everyone here on behalf of San Diego State University's over 440,000 students, faculty, staff, and alumni. And thank you very much for being here. This is a very exciting day for San Diego State University, day number 2 of an opportunity we had to provide information about the site plan that would be at this location if we were able to acquire this location. Our vision for this location is a world-class university campus, research center, and stadium venue set amid the San Diego River wetlands and park system. Expansion at this location would allow San Diego State University the opportunity to grow and to further our mission to educate a diverse and highly educated workforce. Today we are providing more information and details of our plans for a stadium and related uses at Mission Valley. Our athletics teams are a point of pride for the university, for our alumni, and for the entire region. Our goal for athletics is a top 25 program that helps focus attention on the academic and research excellence at San Diego State University, as well as to provide life-changing opportunities for student athletes and to engage the San Diego community. Guided by our athletics director, John David Wicker, and our head coach, Rocky Long, from whom you'll hear in just a moment, our football team has been highly successful in achieving these goals. Highly successful because I know all the hard work over the decades that it took to get to this moment. We expect to hear on Sunday that we've been invited to an 8th consecutive bowl game. Yay for us. Sdsu Mission Valley is an opportunity to build on this success with a new home for Aztec football. Thank you again for coming out today to get more information and to learn more about the wonderful opportunity that awaits us. Thank you.
Thank you, Sally. He doesn't get the recognition he should because he doesn't want it. He doesn't care about it. But Sally mentioned the bowl game. 8 consecutive years. In California, only San Diego State and Stanford, not USC, not UCLA, have done that 8 consecutive years. That's it. That's it. And as much as I loved the late, great Don Coryell, privileged to travel with him when I did the Charger broadcast, and he was the Charger coach, and Claude Gilbert, likewise, none of them in the great history of the Aztecs have done what this man has done in back-to-back-to-back double-digit wins of 11-3, 11-3, and 10-2 coming up with the bowl game to add on to that. If you look at the statistics, and you can, as they say, look it up, the last 3 years in all of college football, the 15, 16, 17 seasons, the highest winning percentage. Number 1, Alabama. Number 2, Clemson. Number 3, San Diego State. That's what has happened on his watch. Here's the head coach of the Aztecs, Rocky Long.
Thank you very much. Thanks for being here. 8 straight bowl games, us and Stanford. We beat Stanford. It was nice of them to come into the stadium and play us because they have a little uppity attitude that they're better than we are. Everybody in our program knows they are not. At every sport that we have on this campus, I'm up here because this is an exciting day for our football program and our football team. But guess what? It's an exciting day for every sport on our campus, every athlete on our campus. We're lucky in our department to have a great leader in John David, but we're also lucky in our department that we have great coaches. And great coaches don't win without great athletes. And every one of our coaches is concerned about bringing not only great athletes into our program, but great people too. So this is an exciting day for every one of us in the athletic department because we see this as an avenue and an ability with a new stadium for us to go to bigger and greater heights. So I want to thank the athletes in the program more than anybody else for getting this done. Now, this might be funny coming from a football coach because we're not very smart, but I am old. And when you're old, you see a lot of different things. I also see this as a win for San Diego. I think it's a win for San Diego State. San Diego State is one of the great universities in this country. We're landlocked. We can't get any bigger and we can't get any better. This gives us a chance to get bigger and better along the way. And in the process, the community of San Diego benefits dramatically. So with cooperation and everything, I hope this gets done, and I hope it gets done quick because it needs to be done, and it needs to be done quick so everybody in this community, as well as our school and our athletic department, gets the benefit. Thank you very much.
These renderings, this concept, this stadium is in his mind. I don't know how many specifics he can give you this early on in the process, but we can certainly try. He is the founder and senior principal of Populous, Scott Radisick.
I don't know what I did wrong to have to follow the football coach. Now you hear from an architect. Well, like you said, I'm Scott Radisick. I'm one of the senior principals at Populous. I have 12 partners and for the work that we do around the world. And it's a pleasure to be here at the unveiling of this vision that San Diego State has for its future and the future of its athletic department as well. So our design team was retained at the end of the summer, and we've been working over the last 3 months on the programming and the planning and the conceptual design ideas that you're beginning to see here on how do we take the vision of a new stadium and turn it into reality for the university. So the goal and objective from the beginning was to create a 35,000-seat multi-purpose stadium, home to Aztec football, being able to accommodate soccer and an MLS team, someday being able to accommodate a future NFL franchise if they came back to the city, and also provisions for concerts and all kinds of other events. So through our process, we started off with the university with a goal setting and a visioning session, and they identified things that they wanted this stadium and this development to embody. Things like community oriented, to be fan friendly, to be outdoors in the San Diego lifestyle, different neighborhoods, to be flexible, to be authentic to the area. And so those are the things that the design wants to embody as we move forward. So John David's going to get into a lot of specifics about the building, and I'm just going to kind of cover 3 overarching themes as a design team we wanted to accomplish. First, we were intentional about designing a stadium to be multi-purpose from the very beginning. We wanted to make sure it was the optimal collegiate football stadium. We wanted open concourses so people could always stay connected to the field. We wanted to provide a variety of premium areas so that people would always be able to enjoy the stadium the way they want to, enjoy the event, and drive new revenue streams for the athletic department. We wanted to create hospitality that would be unique and never done in this country or in college football before. And we wanted to create a stadium environment that would become part of campus and the daily lifestyle of this new development. We also wanted to make sure it was an optimal stadium for MLS, to play soccer in here. Optimal sight lines, the intimacy that people want when they come to an MLS event, and they wanted to make sure that we accommodated the supporter sections and the people that make coming to a soccer game so fantastic. We also wanted to make sure that it could be a future home to an NFL team, to be able to expand it from 35,000 seats to 55,000 seats, and we want to look to the future of the NFL and make sure that we provide the type of hospitality and experience that the fans of the NFL would want in a new stadium. And after that, we wanted to make sure that this thing was great for concerts and other events. By the way that we put in multiple field tunnels, by the way that we put in the appropriate back-of-house areas, making sure that when people are on the field for crazy events, that they can get on and off and have fun and everybody's safe. Secondly, we also wanted to be intentional about how we designed a building that would be authentic to the city of San Diego. The weather, the coastline, the beaches, the sun, the lifestyle here is unlike any place else in the country. The way that you live outdoors here and making sure that the stadium would have accommodations to allow people to be at the stadium and enjoy the game in the same way that they do when they're in their backyard. We wanted to reflect the unique neighborhoods that make up the city of San Diego. We wanted to get away from the traditional stadium concourse that people are used to and create neighborhoods, create garden areas, create hospitality areas and social spaces that only a place like San Diego would they belong. And lastly, we wanted to be intentional about designing a venue that would be an integral part of the vision for this future growth of the university. From the place that we locate it in the site, in the center of the campus district, on its axial relationship with the Campanile and the mall and where center campus life is going to occur. We wanted to create a great social space, not just on game days, but on non-game days. And we also wanted to provide flexibility around the perimeter of the stadium and open it up when there aren't events in the building so that people can enjoy the garden areas that we have and enjoy it 365 days a year. And to be a part of the great social spaces and green spaces that are part of the entire development. We're really proud to be a partner with San Diego State University for this project. Populous is a global practice. We've been around 35 years. We've worked in all major professional sports around the world, including designing Olympic stadiums, World Cup stadiums, the NFL, Major League Baseball, you name it, we're a part of it. We've designed 3 Olympic stadiums. We've done 13 new NFL stadiums. We're immersed in collegiate athletics. We've designed 3 of the most recent collegiate football stadiums for the University of Minnesota, for Baylor University, and also for Colorado State. And we've completed work locally, most notably our work at Petco Park. We were the architects for that. As a former collegiate player, an NFL player, this would be a stadium I'd be proud to play in. So we're honored to be a partner in this with the university, with the athletic department, and we're looking forward to seeing this vision become a reality. Thanks.
Thank you, Scott. He was here, Southern boy, went home, so to speak, and was in the athletic department at Georgia Tech. Had the opportunity when the opening here for athletic director did indeed open. And as I mentioned before, an Aztec for life, he came back. Now he has taken on, quite frankly, the biggest single most important project in the history of San Diego State sports. And he's embraced it and ready to chew on it and make it happen, the Aztec Stadium. Would you welcome, please, the Director of Athletics, John David Wicker.
Wow. Welcome. Welcome to San Diego State University's vision for a new Aztec Stadium on the Sdsu Mission Valley campus. A stadium that we envision as one of the top multi-use stadiums in the country. A stadium that will create a definitive home field advantage for Aztec football. The Aztec football that's won 21 conference championships. The Aztec football team that will play in its 8th consecutive bowl game next month. And has won 32 games over the last 3 years, including the last 3 against Pac-12 teams. A stadium that will create the opportunity to host professional soccer, whether that be international friendlies, national team matches, or a San Diego-based professional team, as well as the Aztec men's and women's soccer program. A stadium that will have the ability to host concerts, other professional sporting events, NCAA championships, tractor pulls, you name it, we'll host it. Our goal is to build a stadium that will host events that reaches every San Diegan. A stadium that provides the wide range of amenities expected of a venue of this caliber. Premium amenities spread throughout the venue, from field clubs to loge boxes to suites to club seating sections. A wide range of food and entertainment opportunities throughout the concourse that will function on event day or as standalone areas on a non-event day. Our vision is to create a venue that operates throughout the year, bringing a variety of events from full venue to small gatherings to satisfy the needs of the greater San Diego community. We have gathered the top consultants in stadium planning and design. Populous is our architect, JMI Sports is our consultant to assist us in reaching this goal. Let's take a look. We're approaching the Aztec Stadium from the south, coming up the main campus mall, an open space that will be perfect for alumni gatherings and tailgating on game day. The green space is located throughout the campus, and the site as a whole will allow for the activation of multiple game day experiences for fans of any event and to help create a great event experience. SDSU fans have long dreamed of the day we would return Aztec football to campus, and that final journey begins today. As we enter the south gate, note that the stadium concourse is built at grade with the field located 30 feet below. This is purposefully done to be efficient with our budget as it minimizes the amount of vertical construction. As we look at the variety of seating options in the stadium, we went to great lengths to study what is relevant in the market today and what might be relevant in the future. In conjunction with Populous and JMI Sports, we visited multiple college and MLS stadia to actually see the different offerings and to understand the pros and cons. After careful consideration, we developed the following areas. 35,000 seats in the venue, a terrace level here in the south end zone with standing room and drink rails and an associated club space. A field level club space here to the left on the field that will be available for patrons that are seated in the seating bowl above to come down to the field and enjoy the club space. We'll also have portable field loge boxes that can be moved throughout the field based on the event. They can be end-zone loge boxes for an Aztec football game. They can be sideline loge boxes for a professional soccer match. We can cluster loge boxes throughout the field for a concert. At the concourse level, we've located founder suites and more loge boxes. This side of the stadium is a West Premium Deck. It's a club seating section with loge boxes behind it and an associated club space behind that. We also have a suite level and a press level above. As we continue to move through the stadium, we take a look at the east side of the stadium. 2 decks of seating with a mixture of season ticket levels throughout, and more importantly, you see the concourse development for the first time. The concourse has been developed in up to 18 different garden rooms, we're calling them. Each garden room will offer a different feel based on the type of food, beverage, or other amenity that's included. The garden rooms will be constructed in such a way that they can be used 365 days a year. On event day, the outer fence will be used to secure the stadium for ticketed patrons, creating a variety of different areas that can be used pre-game, in-game, or post-game. On non-event days, the areas are contemplated to be able to use individually or as clustered spaces for events. The north end, the far end, can become part of the conference space of the new Hotel Conference Center. The businesses occupying the Innovation Hub and campus back this way can use the spaces as well. The inner gates would be closed, securing the stadium, and the outer gates open to allow access to the garden spaces. As the site has developed over the years, these areas can become standalone bars and restaurants that can operate 365 days a year, but on game day, they become part of the stadium. The garden rooms will have a variety of outdoor seating options, serviced by some traditional concessions fare, but also food trucks, modified shipping containers, beer gardens, or use your imagination. We did. We looked at some local examples as inspiration for these spaces: Liberty Station, the Courtyard, and others. We envision the street down here in the corner that runs next to the stadium being closed on an event day and becoming part of the stadium. Entertainment retail, which is located in the commercial buildings that you can't quite see in the corner, those commercial buildings will benefit from being located next to the stadium, but they'll also be frequented by the residents of the new Sdsu Mission Valley campus and those working on campus. As we now move to the north, we get to the north end of the stadium, and you get a great view of the student section, which is this white area right here, and adjacent seating on either side, potentially. We envision a student section that is a mix of fixed seats and standing room areas with drink rails. This area would also serve as the perfect supporter section for a professional soccer team calling Aztec Stadium home. As you look at the concourse, down here in this lower part right here, a garden room area would be dedicated to the students in attendance at the game. Food and beverage would be geared more towards student taste and would be priced to meet their budget. Our goal is to create a great experience for our students. And we realize that just providing some seats does not meet that need. We'll work with our student leaders on campus to build out an area that they can truly call their own. I've spent the last year discussing the importance of Mission Valley to San Diego State and the expansion of higher education to the greater San Diego community. At the same time, I recognize the important role of Aztec football not only to the athletic department, but also to the university and the community as a whole. With that in mind, we've worked with our partners to design a stadium that doesn't just meet our needs 7 days a year, but meets the needs of the community 365 days a year. Our next steps are to test and validate the stadium concept that we're delivering today. The budget has grown to an expected cost of approximately $250 million. We will spend the coming months working with our consultants to meet with all the interested parties in the stadium: campus constituents, alumni, donors, fans of all sports in San Diego, corporate San Diego, to best understand what our funding plan will be. Our goal has never been to spend as much money as we possibly can. Our goal has been to build the best venue for San Diego State University and for the community as a whole. Thank you, and go Aztecs!